deadbeat parents, parents who up and leave their children without financial support. Those of us here on Rolonda got a little taste of what that is like. We tried to fly in as a father who is not supporting his child, and he picked up his plane ticket and he skipped out on us too. So we got a little taste of a man who skips out on his responsibility. One of the things that we were talking about during the break, though, and I know, Bridget, that you were saying this, that let's don't forget the whole point here. The point is, it isn't two parents brooding over child support over money. It's about children caught in the middle of this. Children who can't wear new clothes to school, who can't get something good to eat, who can't have a place, a roof over their head, and have to deal with the tension that this causes. I remember, Bridget, you were saying this is child abuse in itself.
It is child abuse. This is an actual neglect on the non-custodial parental part. When I went to court this past January for the sentencing for my children's father on the 28th, the judge stuck her finger in his nose and told him that what he was doing was child abuse.
And yet they couldn't keep him in jail, and you haven't gotten a cent yet, and he owes you $54,000.
The check's in the mail.
For 3 kids.
The check's in the mail.
Clogged court systems, bureaucratic red tape. Those have spawned another alternative for tracking down deadbeats, private collection agencies. One such agency is called Children's Support Research and Recovery. And we have its president with us here today, Rosalie Cunningham. Thanks for being with us, Rosalie. Let's say one of these parents came to you. How does the whole process work with your agency?
Well, once we pre-qualify them to make sure that we can help them, there are certain cases that we cannot help them. We try to get the information that they have. If they know where the non-paying parent is, then we go after him or her and try to get them to pay.
You actually send somebody like a bounty hunter or something?
No, no.
I mean, how does that work? How do you go after them? You go after their purse strings? You go after their person?
We go after their money, because that's
go.
what the parent usually wants initially. They need that money in their bank account for their children. If there is a wage withholding ordered, we try to get it processed.
And where do you get the money from? I mean, can you garner wages? Can you?
In some cases. Every case is different. Every state has different regulations. But we try to, if there's a wage withholding order, then we try to get that processed.
Okay. Joining us live now on the telephone is Raymond Turness. He's an inmate at Kings County Adult Detention Center in Seattle, Washington. He's behind bars for bailing out on paying child support, and I'd like to welcome you with us, Turness. Nice to have you.
Well, thank you for the chance to be speaking with you today.
Yeah. When you hear us all through this show referring to folks like you as deadbeat, what does that do to you? What do you think about that?
Well, what I see is everyone missing the point almost completely. But I see some hope in your asking a non-paying parent, which I rarely see, why they are not paying. I've been battling just to get equality to be a parent with my children for, 5 years now. And one of the major things is that there's some human incentive here about a destruction of motivation when parents are removed from their role as a parent. I think
forgive me for interrupting, but I really want to get to the whole crux of this matter, Raymond, and I think we've pretty much established what we're concerned about today is the children who are not getting the support, the difficulty. Now, I'm not talking about the lady you divorced. I'm talking about the children that you gave life to, who you're not giving money to. So basically, I think what we're saying here is that's abuse. How do you answer that? How could you possibly turn your back on your own children?
Well, would you agree that parents or children need both parents?
Absolutely. So where are you, in a county jail?
Yes, because I am asking to be a parent rather than a visitor. My documentation that they showed me calls me a visitor. They call visitation. How would you like to be a visitor to your children?
You know, I'd be a visitor long enough to make sure they're taken care of if I was a parent.
Well,
I think I'd want to leave a legacy with my children that visitation rights mean more than going to a county jail.
Yes, of course, and I agree with you completely.
Can you just answer just specifically for me, sir, because you're right. We are giving you a chance. We're trying to understand and get some insight. Why would you not support your own children?
Why would I not support my own children?
Yes, sir.
Well, first of all, my children are doing just fine. While I was in jail, my children were down in Disneyland for a week over Thanksgiving.
But why would you not support your own children?
Now you're putting money ahead of being a parent.
No, I just asked you why you would not support your own children. If you'd like me to rephrase the question, then I will say, why would you let your children live like this?
Well, it's a protest to become an active parent rather than a visitor.
Two wrongs don't make a right.
Two wrongs don't make a right.
I mean,
there you
just
go.
because he's called a visitor,
Well,
you're not a visitor. You are not in jail for being a visitor.
This guy
you are in
belongs in
jail
jail.
for not paying your support.
And we'll be right back.